A baker's dozen. This is the number of high-ranking officials and personnel at the Customs Bureau recommended for RAPs in violation of Bureau regulations and anti-graft and corruption laws. This along with compliance orders on consignee storages in warehouses, lifestyle checks on certain businessmen and politicos, and a host of recommendations and office reorganization contained in the Blue Ribbon Committee's draft report. Sweden Velado has more.
13 individuals, including former Customs Commissioner Nicanor Faeldon, will be facing criminal charges for violations of Customs and Tariff Modernization Act and Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. It was stated in the recent draft committee report submitted by Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman Richard Gordon following the series of investigations on 6.4 billion peso shabu shipment that passed through the Bureau of Customs in May. The committee will also press charges against other BOC officials, namely former Customs Director Neil Estrella, Deputy Commissioner Gerardo Gambala, Intelligence Officer Joel Pinawin, Director Milo Maestrecampo, and Attorney Larry Bert Hilario. Even Chinese customs players and local brokers like Kenneth Dong, Richard Tan, and Mark Taguba will face criminal charges for allegedly bribing customs officials for faster release of their shipping containers. Meanwhile, the draft report orders lifestyle check on businessmen and other big personalities involved with no exemption to presidential son and Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte and his brother-in-law Attorney Manasseh Carpio. The two were previously linked to the anomalous Customs Davao Group. Senate Majority Floor Leader Tito Soto shared his reaction on the order.
Ewan ko lang kung bagay kay Atty. Carpio yun dahil hindi naman siya public official So, pero sa mga public government officials, okay lang i-lifestyle check.
Meanwhile, the following consignees that bring in goods to the country will be subject to regulatory compliance checks. The draft committee report also states that individuals under aliases of Tita Nani, Jojo Bakud, Jack, and Noel must be accurately identified, investigated, and prosecuted. On the last part of the draft report, Gordon recommended total overhaul of customs and formation of Customs and Tax Academy. The committee encouraged BOC to study the feasibility of conducting pre-shipment inspection reports and suspension or revocation of brokers' licenses if they fail the periodic review of BOC. The draft report is still subject for plenary debate in the Senate.
Ang mga committee report sa Senate, kasi nasanay tayo nung araw yung mga ibang chairman maglalabas ng committee report, di naman ipapasa sa plenary. Baliwala yun. It's merely a piece of paper. Kailangan yan i-report out, tapos i-defend at i-approve ng Senate. Then it becomes the Senate committee, the Senate report.
Sweden Velado for the Nation.